Holy smokes, it's Wednesday, hump day, third day of the week, and we got a really big show for you today. What do we got today, we might want to ask? Well, we're going to be introducing two ladies who are going to host their own segment on this here network, and they are, would you say kind of like smoking hot? Yeah. Anyways, Deborah Honing and Jackie, I don't remember Jackie's last name. Kelly are going to be here, and they are going to do an interview with the CEO of Avicanna. I almost said Avianca, which is Colombia's airline. Avicanna is Colombia's latest cannabis producer, who's not yet public, but is in the process of raising money for a go public round. So this will be a great interview. People who like it, we might be able to get into the IPO. We don't know. We're just saying. Edward Milewski is here. Ed, how are you?
Edward Scissorhands.
And you know what we're going to start doing is we're going to start acknowledging our team in the control room because they put up with all of our bullshit. And so that we're going to thank, right at the top of the show, thanks to Alex Frazzo, Suzanne Garcia, Alex Roberts, and of course the team leader, Fraser Toms, producer extraordinaire. We love you guys, and we want to make sure that you understand that
is Fraser Toms related to Major Toms?
This is ground control to Fraser Toms. I'm stepping through the door. Whoa, okay. Don't give up my day job. Don't worry, I won't.
Look at this.
Look at, there they are. There they are.
There, he's flying to the moon.
He's rowing back and forth.
Flying, he's got that rocket ship, and he's pedaling to the moon.
There you have it. The team that makes me proud every damn day. Without them, this simply would not be happening. Now, control room, don't get it into your heads that this means there's a raise coming down the pike, because there ain't.
No raise.
We're so poor.
I'll give you a raise.
I'll give you a raise, all right.
All right.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Okay.
So we're also going to talk about some shows on the, or some really big show, what is wrong with me today? You know what the problem is today? I ran out of my CBDs, and I didn't have any this morning.
Would you say you're addicted to them?
No, because it's like I held up the bottle next to the bathroom sink this morning. I'm like, oh, I'm out. That's good because I have the new ones coming today. So I was like, okay, I just got to get through today, and my CBDs will be here by the end of the day. I just got to do them at the end of the day. But it all.
Yeah, I come on the show to relax, not to get nervous. Okay, just saying.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But
hey, I just saw Afria go by down $1.74. Was that?
That's possible. Down $1.74.
I mean, so that's 2 bad days. No,
for Afria. Like we're gonna get now. Let's put all speculation aside. Is it Afria? Is it Afria? Or is it Afria? What is the correct pronunciation? Put your
cha-ching. That's the correct pronunciation.
Answer in the text box in the chat box. Blah. See, no CBDs. With the whatever syllable you think should be emphasized, capitalized, and the correct winners will get an all-expense-paid trip for 10 of their best friends to Paris, France, then to Amsterdam, then to St. Petersburg, full dinners included, all on us, hotel rooms, 5-star. Then you're going to get on. No, I'm making all this up. Just throw in what you think your answer is, and we'll figure out which is the right one. Anyways, you think we could get Vic Neufeld to log on and actually choose the winner? Suzanne, get Vic Neufeld on the phone. Tell him he's got to pick the winner for who pronounces Afria properly. I just gave it away. Never mind. Anyways, the blood of yesterday, which was...
And yesterday's gone.
...permeating the streets.
Somebody's walking through here.
Oh. Hey. Good, how are you? Well, you will be if you come over here. See, this place is so dynamic. We have people just walking in the studio and like poking their heads in and saying, what the hell's going on here? Anyways, how's it going? Let's see. So today in the markets, the first thing we're going to do now is we're going to cut to the indexes. Now, I got to put up my NDI. You know, we're going to get good at this one day. It just won't be today. Where the hell's my NDI knob? There
well, if we get too good, it'll look contrived.
That's true. This way, there's no doubt that
this is all, you know,
winging it. How are you doing today, Edward?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
you look good.
Yeah, I feel good.
You know, what is this, day 18 for you on the
wagon?
I
went 18, and then I had a little bit of a hiccup, but then
on your birthday.
I'm on day 3 now.
Day 3 after 18.
Day 3.
After one small...
Not one small, a few small ones.
Oh, okay.
After, you know, maybe 7 pretty good numbers.
Oh, okay, so...
Okay.
Here's the charts for the day.
Let's take a look.
Yesterday was all red. We were talking down, at the end of the day, it was down 6 and 7%
and
everywhere.
You correctly said, probably a good time to step in.
That's, well, and if you're a day trader, yesterday was a day to buy. Today is a day to sell your little day trade, and look at that. You'd be up in some cases. Oh, if you just did the big caps, you'd be up 4.5 points. So if you put $1 million in the old kitty, what would you be up? 45,000 bucks?
Yeah.
No, that's not bad for a single day's trade. Putting $1 million value at risk for a 24-hour period. But the market could have crashed. Could have been the onset of the next global financial crisis, and you could have lost it all. But look, it's green. It's green. Everything is green. It's green. It's also green. Everybody's making money today. Boy, I lost the rhythm there. Anyway, so let's see what's happening on the...
What did you do with the money your mother gave you for singing lessons?
I squandered it on drugs. Obviously.
Marijuana, obviously.
That's right.
Okay, so
I
that
lied.
obviously was a misprint on Afria. That was wrong. That was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Okay,
that was yesterday's news.
Okay,
Today, let's see.
Look at the only two that are down are the two that you've identified early.
Yeah.
Hexo.
Look at Hexo's down to 1352. That's got to be a buy at some point here.
What's down to 1352?
Chronos.
Yeah, you said Hexo.
Yeah. Oh, so well, Hexo's down again, but
yeah.
Chronos is down now.
Let's put up the chart of Chronos then. Let's see if we can identify any support levels or resistance levels.
What? Oh, really? Oh, I see. Okay, well, so we're going to do that at 3:15. Anyway, so guess what? We've just added a new guest impromptu. You don't even know who it is. It's a big surprise, so you're going to have to wait to see who it is, but it's somebody we've had here before once. Anyways, we're talking about Indiva. We'll get to them at 3:15, no, 3:30-ish, 3:30-ish. So today, just to go through the lineup, we have Flowr Corporation CEO Vinay Tolia. Was here a little bit early. We had a great conversation. Flowr Corporation, of course, is the company that I think IPO'd at $6 and rocked up to. It's the company that was founded by
I think it IPO'd at $250.
IP'd too, but quite a while ago. Might need to go pee again.
I'm going to say $250. Here
we are pulling up the chart. Let's see, the first day of trading, it opened at $4, had a high of $8, a low of $4, and closed at $6.16. Mm-hmm. That's as egalitarian a first day of trading as I've ever seen.
But I think
that's pretty cool. So the big claim to fame is Tom Flowr here, and he was the co-founder of MedRelief.
Flo, I think his name is.
Tom Flo?
Yeah.
That's Flowr.
No, but I think his name is FLOW. I think that's how you
spell FLOWR.
Oh.
No, R.
Anyway, you know what? I don't think it really matters how much we get it right, as long as we say stuff.
Well, it's more it's about the stock symbol, which is FLWR. And
but I think the issue price was $250, if I'm not mistaken. So nice,
really?
nice.
Let's see what the press release says.
Okay.
Scrolling down here, Needle Capital Corp agrees to enter into Flowr. So this should have the price in it. What do we got? What do we have for entertainment?
Well, here's the summary of the qualifying transaction. Maybe that's it.
Summary of the qualifying transaction: 7.2 million common shares. In fact, a consolidation of the so they consolidated 7.2 million shares down into 423,000 needle shares.
Right.
Okay, so that was step one. Then they raised
260.
There we go. 260 a share.
I said 250. I was in error.
You were in error.
AYR, error Ontario.
You were AYR? Your hair?
My hair.
Your air was in error. Anyways, let us not talk for a little while, and let James and who was that? Oh, Vinay. James and Vinay are going to have this conversation. Yeah, see, there's what happens when I don't do my CBDs. Go for it.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back. My guest in this segment is Vinay Tolia. He is the CEO of the Flowr Corporation, trading on the TSX Venture under the symbol FLWR. Vinay, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. Tell me about the Flowr Corporation.
So we were founded by the ex-co-founder of MedRelief, Tom Flo, and we are focused on premium quality cannabis.
Okay. You will excuse me if I say to you that that's what they all say.
Of course.
So tell me, what is the differentiator? I mean, obviously there's a premium in the company based on the fact that co-founder of MedRelief, Tom Flo, this is his next gig.
Yep.
But what else is there about the company that commands such a valuation?
Sure. So we believe in, and a lot of people aren't talking about this, is just how hard it is to grow at scale and profitably. And that's what MedRelief was able to do because of our founding team. And that's what we intend to do. So we intend to sell only premium, well, not only, but our specialty is premium high-end cannabis, which can pass Health Canada inspection without needing irradiation, which means that it smells and tastes much better than a lot of the other stuff out there. And also we are, call us old-fashioned, but focused on profitability. So we're very focused on
I don't even
yields.
know what that is.
Yeah, I know. We're focused on kind of yields, productivity per square foot, which is really what determines profitability.
Okay, so are you going to sell this company to Aurora as well? I'm just joking. No, but so you're starting with the flagship 85,000 square foot cultivation facility in Kelowna.
Yes,
and so the objective, are you then seeking to emulate exactly the MedRelief business plan that focused on pharmaceutical grade cannabis for the medical application only, or are you, Kelowna suggests maybe more of a focus on the recreational side?
No, we'll have a presence in both. So obviously our background is in the kind of super medical side, but we also intend to play in the recreational side, and we think our real differentiating factor is a better sensory experience, like I mentioned, the taste and smell. And so we think that will come out in the and really differentiate our product in the recreational market.
Okay, so the facility in Kelowna, is it a ultra high tech indoor grow? Is it a hybrid? Is it greenhouse?
It's indoor grow. That's really the only way you can control every variable and grow this clean product. It's about 20% operational right now. It'll be fully operational in the next 4 to 5 months. And we're very excited about that. And once that's done, we have plans for a larger facility next door that could be potentially 5 times the size.
Okay. Does the idea of being late to the party have any bearing on your strategy at this point? In that, all the deals have been done with the provincial suppliers or provincial systems, and all of the sort of distribution channels are sort of getting filled up and occupied by incumbents. Is that concern you guys at all?
Not at all. So I'd like to add a couple things to that is, while we are late as far as we were founded, only 2.5 years ago, there still aren't a lot of people growing product. I mean, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of expectations, but these are all public companies. You can see the amount of product that they're actually selling and growing, and it's not a lot because this is not easy to do. This is very difficult to do. Our team has had success. You mentioned the kind of high-tech MedRelief facility, which is the one that our team built, which is still kind of considered the crown jewel of Canadian cannabis. This facility is kind of 3 iterations of that. So we call it kind of version 3.0.
Wow.
And as far as the provincial supply agreements, we have supply agreements with Ontario, with BC, with Nova Scotia. So we intend to play in all the big markets there. And at the end of the day, these supply agreements, they don't mean as much as people think. The provinces are going to buy what is selling. And so whatever people want is going to end up being what is sold to the provinces.
Interesting. Okay, so is there a strategy to ultimately move into Europe and maybe the United States and South America, a la the mode of all of the largest LPs, or are you going to stay focused and specialized in Canada on this particular segment in the ultra high premium
So we think that there is a place for that ultra high premium product worldwide. US, Europe, Latin America, Australasia. So we're looking at all those places. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about being up here in Canada, is the ability to play in the rest of the world. So we will absolutely play there. And really what sets us apart is our ability to set up and operate these high-end facilities anywhere in the world. So wherever we can be and transfer that IP, we'll be there, and we intend on playing in all those places.
Interesting. So tell me about the rest of the company. Who else is on board? What kind of team have you got? Where are the strengths? Where are you a little bit maybe not as strong as you'd like to be in bench strength at this point?
So obviously Tom and the construction team and the design team, that's our core strength. Our key expertise is on that design, engineering, construction, and cultivation. You need all of those to be kind of working symbiotically. If you have one and not the others, it doesn't work well. I mean, you can have a fantastic cultivation team, but if you don't have a good construction team, the facility isn't made the right way, and you'll have problems with the grow. So that's really our core strength. We just announced a deal this morning with Ace Hill Beer to have a new line of cannabis called Ace Valley. That's that's a really exciting thing for us because it piggybacks off their marketing and branding prowess.
So they're going to sell your cannabis product under their brand, or they're going to put your product in their beer?
So that's something maybe down the road,
right.
But as you know, that's still a year away.
Right.
So we're really hoping to tap into their core customer, which is more of a millennial customer, and to provide them with the ultra premium cannabis that we have. And then on the R&D side, what we're super excited about is this alliance with Scotts Miracle-Gro.
Okay.
So we're only one of 3 companies that have a partnership with a U.S. New York listed company. There's obviously Canopy and Constellation, Hexo and Molson Coors, and then us and Scotts Miracle-Gro.
Right. So is the sort of logic behind that tie-up the idea that they are experts at formulating fertilizers, which should result in a optimized growing mix for these plants?
So really what it comes down to is they've acquired, through their subsidiary Hawthorne, they've made lots of investments in the cannabis space, buying kind of ancillary businesses around the actual plant because they can't touch the plant. So they needed a research partner up here so that they bought irrigation companies, lighting companies. They need to know if they make a change in a light and how it affects the plant. They need to know that any change in the light they make, any change in the plant, they need to know that it's because of the change in the light and not some inconsistency in the grow. So they talked to all the big players up here. They know all the players, and they chose us over all the other big players for this. So they're building a 50,000 square foot facility on our campus because of our expertise in and kind of R&D prowess.
Oh, okay. So is this going to be a research facility?
It is.
Oh, very interesting. Well, that's fascinating. What other sort of development plans, what are the big milestones that investors can look for in 2018 and into 2019 that'll be representative of execution on your business plan?
Sure. So a big part of it is just the finish of our current facility, which is, I think we mentioned 85,000 square feet. Right now, about 20% is up and running. Some of the big milestones will be getting that fully operational, where we're expecting to have it early 2019, and that will significantly ramp our capacity. Once it's fully operational, we expect in excess of 12,000 kilograms a year just from that one facility. And then the breaking ground of our larger facility right next door, which could, as I mentioned, be potentially about 5 times the size. We're shooting for Q2 in 19.
Okay, very cool. I'm curious as to, from where you sit in the cannabis ecosystem, there's sort of a growing impetus towards CBD products and extracts, X of the THC complex, that are being found to have much broader applications for everything from pets to the elderly in improving quality of life and general wellness. Is that an opportunity that you're only going to capture as far as it is incorporated into the premium dried flower, or is that something that requires sort of a different mindset, a different research facility, a different growing approach?
So it certainly can be done in our facility, and we fully intend on it. So the fact that we have such a deep knowledge of the plant really, and we have a ton of extraction expertise, allows us to extract efficiently a lot of the CBD from the hemp. We have a hemp farm. We intend on playing in that space, and we have a lot of exciting R&D with, as you said, the CBD for skin care, for muscle pain and aches, and we're actually talking to a number of kind of pharma and wellness companies for partnerships in that thing. So we fully intend on playing in that space, and we think that our ability and our knowledge of the plant overall gives us an advantage when it comes to the R&D there.
I'm sure. Okay, Vinay, let's leave it there for now. That's a great introduction. We'll have you back in a quarter's time or so and see how you're doing. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
How about that? How about that? Med Relief 2? We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, my next guest is a gentleman who we've had here before. Mr. Niel Marotta is CEO of Indiva Limited, not Indiva. If you've been saying Indiva, you've been wrong. It's Indiva. Okay, we're clear on that. Indiva trades on the TSX Venture under the symbol NDVA. Niel, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Niel, this market has been kind to some, brutal to others. It looks to me, looking at your chart, that you really haven't got the lift that I sense in my bones is coming your way.
Yeah, thank you for that. I agree. We haven't got the lift, and I think it is on the way.
Yeah. So tell me, what's going to make it happen? What's going to make it fly? What's going to drive it to the moon?
Well, topical to today, well, a couple of things. Last time we were here, we said we would get our sales license. We did get that in August, so we'll start onboarding patients. Thank you. We'll start onboarding patients this quarter, which is great. We'll start generating some revenue. I think at that point, people will see we have a real company, not just a stock.
Right.
The other thing that we've done is we've gone and licensed award-winning and disruptive brands in the United States, and we'll talk a little bit about that hopefully in this interview. One is called Bang. We have a joint venture with Bang. They make award-winning Bang chocolate. They make, live life with a bang. Is their, that's right. Yes, it's spelled B-H-A-N-G, and
that's actually pronounced bong.
Correct.
There's pronunciation issues in this industry.
Yeah, I'm going to not wade into those waters, but we have a joint venture with them.
You say bang, I'll say bong.
Right.
Okay, joint venture, and what do they do?
So the joint venture will have the exclusive rights, 50-50 here in Canada, and the joint JV will hold the exclusive right to manufacture and distribute all of Bang's products, which are award-winning in the States. So that includes chocolates, vape pens.
Cannabis-infused.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. CBD, THC, all of the above. They also do oral sprays and isolates, gums, candies. So we're really happy that we're going to hit the ground running once edibles are allowed, so within the next year or so with award-winning.
So you're positioning for that inevitability.
Absolutely, yeah. The other thing we've done, James, is we licensed another brand out of Seattle called Ruby, a company called Deep Cell, newer company, but what they've done is found a way to mechanically fuse cannabinoids with crystalline structures like sugar and salt. They call them flexible edibles. We're starting to call them choose your own adventure edibles, where we're not saying eat this piece of chocolate or eat this candy or drink this drink, but rather add sugar or salt to your favorite foods, French fries, veggies, coffee, tea. So flexible edibles. We're really excited to bring those products to Canada.
So cannabis-infused sweeteners and salts. That makes absolute brilliant sense to me. So let me just recap, and I apologize if I'm repeating yourself, but I'm a little slow today. So you are licensing successful brands in the United States into Canada.
Yes.
And for the inevitable Canadian acceptance and provision for the consumption of all of these different things that don't currently exist.
That's right, yeah.
So that explains why your share price hasn't taken off, because everybody's like waiting.
Yeah, I think people are sort of relating productive capacity to revenue and market share.
Right.
I think what we're saying is, look, there's a lot of capacity coming online here. We're going to have high quality flowers. We'll produce 3,000 kilos a year out of our facility in London. We're also very excited to have farm gate sales. I actually have a retail store at our facility in London.
Wow.
It's in an urban location. It's across the street from a wholesale club. There are 9 hotels with over 1,000 rooms within a half-mile walk of the facility. We're a minute from the 401, just right near Wellington, the 401 in London. And we're the only licensed producer that's operating in London right now.
Really?
So we think we have a nice, let's say, first mover advantage, at least in the mind share of Londoners who also know Pete Young very well. I mean, he's served thousands of patients there for 2 decades now.
Okay, so you know, the branding, we're actually rolling the portions of the website right now on the.
Oh, great.
The branding looks really, really slick and really like I see a lot of marijuana company websites, as you can imagine, and some of them are more like I don't know. I don't want to sound condescending, but some of them are just less sophisticated than others when it comes to the graphics and the colors and the fonts and everything. I gotta say, I'm loving what I'm seeing on Indiva's site. See, I almost said Indiva again.
That's great, thank you. We have
Cool.
a great marketing team. They've done a great work.
Yeah, so how is it that, so Pete Young is a bit of a famous guy in this whole mix, and he's
well
kind of
known.
like the brand ambassador for Indiva?
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah, I mean, he's still involved in the operations to a certain extent, but absolutely the knowledge that he has, particularly his roots in the compassion industry. And actually, Pete has written a book called The High Road, Journey from the Black Market to the Stock Market. This book's been picked up by Indigo and Amazon, and it'll be released on October 17th. So, yeah,
that's an appropriate date.
You know, absolutely.
Coincidence?
Yeah,
I don't
we're
think so.
Very happy to have him on the team, too.
Sure, sure. Well, hopefully maybe we can get him on the show on October 17th. It's going to be a fun-filled day.
Yeah, we'll try. If he's out there watching, you're invited, Pete.
Right, you're invited, Pete. Come, Pete, come. Anyways, I look forward to meeting Pete one day, and I look forward to sampling these great products. Now, so tell me at this point, what's keeping Indiva moving forward in terms of, like, have you raised a bunch of money? Are you still, access to capital is good, cost of capital is acceptable, lots of investor support?
Yeah, so we still have over $25 million in cash on the balance sheet. So our expansion to 40,000 square feet is fully funded. And then leave ample cash left over. We hope to get to profitability. We've raised close to $50 million to date, which is, let's say, on the lower end of the industry as a whole. But again, we're not chasing grow capacity. And so we don't measure our business in square feet or acres. What we're after are great brands where we can capture market share in inevitably what we think will be the half of the market that's going to have higher margins. When you look at mature markets, it's really the edibles and derivatives and other products, the non-smokable products, let's say, that take big market share. Having great brands, and we think brands roll east and north. And so something that's successful in California wins awards, we think will do fine. I don't like science experiments, so I like the idea of hitting the ground running with award-winning product like Bang, or really disruptive stuff like the flexible edibles like Ruby. Okay, I have a question for you, and this is an issue that I've become to be aware of. I'm curious as to when it comes to the idea of cannabis as ingredients in edibles, consumable products, there's been a problem with the stability of the cannabinoid content over time in terms of shelf life and stability, in that cannabinoids are subject to deterioration or concentration through different influences like the fats and acids that might be present in drinks and food or by sunlight in certain display locations. So how do you address the issue of shelf life for those products, and is that a problem that you've already solved? It's not something that's been brought to our attention by our partners as a crucial issue that's sink or swim, so to speak. Certainly with the dry flowers, if you use a nitrogen flush and hermetically seal the packaging, you'll extend the shelf life. You're right, the cannabinoids do dissipate over time, so there is a bit of a half-life, like many products that are out there already. So I think that's smart inventory management. And the real difference, and part of what we also like about the edible scene, is that we don't have to wait 10 weeks, let's say, for the flowers to grow and come out. So we can adjust, let's say, our production so that we're not having a lot of stale inventory on the shelves. Okay. So you're going to produce the products here under license from these brands? Correct. Okay, and so you're going to obviously adhere to the strict testing regime that Health Canada demands for both recreational and medical products. That's right. Yeah, we already are subject to those rules. We use third-party testing. Hopefully, let's say we've been told sort of by early winter, late fall, we should have some guidance from Health Canada on how the edibles will be, let's say, concentrations and packaging and things like this. So we eagerly await those rules, and absolutely we'll make our products compliant. Sure. Do you have an idea as to the addressable market for the edible segment of cannabinoids in Canada? Well, we have data from the United States in more mature markets where, let's say, roughly half of the market is dry flower that's either smoked or vape, and then the other half would be what we call derivative products broadly, and that would include edibles, vape pens. Edibles are upwards of 15 to 20% market share, vape pens sort of 10 to 15. Then you've got this category of concentrates, whether it's waxes and shatters, that are sort of the 5 to 10% range. So we think there are very large and big markets that, let's say, are underserved relative to the amount of dry flower that's going to get produced in this country. So we're excited to, let's say, aim at those markets as our main focus.
Okay. Shatter, in particular, is it now, and again, nomenclature in this industry is very sort of fractured and regionalized. So shatter, to most people, most demographics, indicate a concentrate of THC above 80%. Is that accurate in your understanding?
So I'm a novice with some of these terms as well, so I don't want to speak to the percentage, but it is, that sounds about right to me. It is really, really high concentrated, almost a pure THC.
Sure. Do you think those levels of concentrates are ever actually going to be allowed in Canada?
I'm not sure, to be totally honest with you. I think if the goal is to eradicate the illicit market, there's going to have to be some allowance for it. That's not necessarily our focus. It's part of the category I was describing, but these extremely potent products, that's not, let's say, our #1 focus, but the margins will presumably be very good there. There is obviously a demand for these products when we look at mature markets or even in the illicit market. So one way or another, it'll be addressed, you know, in the context of public safety, sure.
Sure. So what then would be your distribution strategy for these products in Canada? Obviously, there's going to be licensing issues or licensed locations. Have you got agreements with physical stores or ACMPR producers who might include your products on their shelves?
Yeah, so we're in discussions with several of the large retailers that are rolling out stores, and the feedback on our branding and our product lines has been very good. So stay tuned on that. We haven't yet achieved any offtake agreements with wholesalers, mainly because we just got our sales license in late August. So we're new to this. But those discussions are also ongoing with organizations like the OCS and Liquor Distribution Branch in BC. So stay tuned. We would expect that to happen in the short to medium term.
Right. All right, Neil, that's a great update. What else has happened in the sort of the news universe that has sort of added to the value since the last time you were here?
Well, you know, going back to what we talked about earlier, the change in retail, we had made an announcement that we'd like to open retail stores. We're waiting to see legislation to understand how we can do that with affiliates, but the official announcement that we can do farm gate sales, again, this is hugely beneficial for us in terms of, let's say, existential risk to the company. We know that we'll have, we're a small market cap, 65 million, not 6.5 billion. So one really successful store at our facility makes a huge impact on our future profitability and our access to the market. And London, you know, it's upwards of 500,000 people when school's in session, so to speak. So not a tiny market by any stretch. And also our location, you know, whether it's people going towards Toronto or away from Toronto, being right off the 401, we think there's huge potential there as well. We think also there's opportunity to extend our brand into European markets and also into Asia. And that's the one piece of the pie we thought we'd have in place by now, but stay tuned. We're working pretty hard on that as well.
Right. Okay, so you've got dispensaries planned. What do you make of the Ontario Provincial Premier Doug Ford's plan stated to take the cannabis industry in the province private? Do you think that's a realistic statement that could happen in the near future?
I think so, yeah. I mean, there's absolutely a lot of appetite from folks that want to open stores, open retail stores.
Oh, I'd like to open one. Got a website.
There you go.
Why can't I sell weed?
Yeah, I look at it as, and also most importantly, there's no limit on the number of stores.
Right.
I think this will help price, help, let's say, it may hurt the retail margins somewhat, but you know, the more stores, the better in terms of, let's say, stealing market share from the real incumbent, which is the illicit market. Also, more access points is better for us and better for other LPs selling their products. So I think on balance, it was a very good announcement. Would be nice if we could open our own farm gate store a little sooner than April 1st.
Right.
We'll see what happens in this sort of 6-month period, but you know, my assumption is that people are doing the best job that they can. So we think on balance, it's a favorable change, a favorable announcement.
Right. Okay, Neil, let's leave it there. We'll come back to you in a quarter's time and keep following the story.
Great.
I'm looking forward to October 17th, as I'm sure you are. we're going to jump now to a conversation that was held in this very desk a little earlier today with one of our future new hosts, Jackie Kelly from the Adelaide Capital Markets Group is going to interview Aras Azadian from Avicanna Inc. He's the CEO. It's a new play in Colombia that is not yet public but will be soon, and here's that interview.
Good morning. Welcome to Midas Letter Live. I'm Jackie Kelly, and today we're talking cannabis and we're talking Colombia. I have with me Aras Azadian, CEO of Avicanna Inc. Aras, thank you for being here today.
My pleasure.
So, can you give us a brief overview about Avicanna?
Sure. So Avicanna is a biotech company focused on cannabinoids, so the use of cannabinoids from many different perspectives, from dermocosmetics to medical to phytotherapeutic to even pharmaceutical. And over the last 2 years, we decided to get vertically integrated. So we sort of have a backwards model versus other producers where we first created the science, created the products, and then realized that the cost advantages of producing in Canada would not fit well into our products and into our programs, and therefore looked elsewhere, looked at different jurisdictions and countries for cultivation, concluded in Colombia. And in Colombia today, we have 2 fully licensed projects that are already cultivating. And we are now a completely vertically integrated multinational company that's operating in Canada, US, Colombia, and parts of Europe. That's the fast version.
No, that's great. So give us a rundown then on your cultivation. You have 2 sites and you've got partners on both?
Absolutely. So one of the sites, both sites we have majority stake on, so we control both sites. One of them is called Sativa Nativa. We actually have a binding LOI with a Canadian licensed producer. That's going to be a partnership there. The other one is, for me, much more of an interesting story from a Colombian perspective. That's in a joint venture with a company called Groupe De Bon. Groupe De Bon is the world's largest organic company. So they're a multinational, multi-billion-dollar organization with over 150,000 hectares of a cultivation space around Colombia, all of which is organically certified, USDA, Rainforest Alliance. So for me, they're global leaders, and I think for the rest of the world, they're global leaders when it comes to organic cultivation at an industrial level. They also have massive extraction plants where they're doing about 1,200 tons of palm oil a day. So again, at an industrial level, they cultivate and they extract. Sounds very similar to what we're planning on doing. So they have that expertise, and they have the scale-up infrastructure and expertise as we grow our supply chain as well in Colombia.
And is having them as a partner a benefit in terms of the political climate in Colombia as well?
I think the political climate, for me at least, is stable. I think the medical marijuana landscape and legislation there is fairly clear. It is very complex, but it's a very well developed and established platform that we're working with. From a political point of view, I don't think we need that type of influence. I think we do things the right way. We have nothing to worry about. But for us, having their infrastructure support is very important. Also having their distribution support around the world is very important. Having their transportation support. So there's a number of different variables that they're providing support on, and that's the part that's been very exciting for us so far.
That's great. So you've got Groupe De Bon in Colombia, and you've got some pretty exciting partnerships here in Toronto.
Absolutely. We believe in best-in-class partnerships, and that's sort of been the motto since day one. So we're the first and only cannabinoid-related company to be admitted to Johnson & Johnson's incubation called J-Labs, which we've been a part of for about 2 years now. So we began a lot of our research and development, our product development work there. We have a team of about 25 scientists. The majority of them are working at the J-Labs facility, where we have 2 labs. In addition to that, we have an exclusive agreement with the Department of Pharmacy of University of Toronto, which is obviously the most prestigious academic institution in Canada.
Wow.
We work with Dr. Christine Allen, who's now the Dean of Pharmacy. And with her and her team, we have about 6 or 7 PhDs that are working full-time on our projects as well. So there we do a number of things, as simple as oil tincture stability to as complex as encapsulating cannabinoids and other drugs into microparticles or even nanoparticles.
Wow, that's amazing. So world-class partnerships, multiple countries, that's definitely something to differentiate you guys. And you also have sophistication that a lot of cannabis companies don't have at this point, because like you said, you started the reverse way that a lot of companies did in doing your R&D kind of before your cultivation. Walk me through your 4 channels, vertically integrated channels.
So we do have 4 verticals, and the 4 verticals individually are their own business units and their own profit centers, but yet they do tie into each other and complete the sort of the paradigm. The first vertical is, of course, a commodity business. So for us, CBD and THC are a commodity, and as you know, we're cultivating in Colombia. We have 2 separate projects. One of them is fully organic. That one's called Aurum, and that's in a partnership with De Bon. The other one is conventional cannabis, but we're using greenhouses, and our costs per gram relative to the Canadians is a massive, massive advantage, where we're looking at anywhere between 5 to 10 cents a gram. And since the Colombian market is only medicinal and Avicanna is a strictly medical and pharmaceutical company, it's a perfect fit for us. So we have access to cultivating millions of square feet and up to basically up to 150,000 hectares if necessary, where we can cultivate the CBD, the THC at a commodity level. We can sell it as a distillate, as an isolate, or as crude oil. And we can also utilize that for the other 3 verticals, which is our own final products. The second vertical is Pure Earth, and that's our dermacosmetic line. That's a line that's been fully developed by Avicanna for the last 2 years, including the centers such as University of Toronto and our own lab. So this is our own intellectual property, it's our own brand, it's our own CBD, so we own the entire vertical, let's say, or the entire value chain. And that's a line that's already been developed and approved by NDVA, which is the health authorities of Colombia. We're in the process of doing the same thing in a number of other jurisdictions, and we'll be launching that end of this beginning of next year, so Q1 2019, and that'll be a retail program. That'll be an over-the-counter sort of retail program using isolated CBD. The third vertical is what we call phytotherapeutics, which is medical cannabis in a number of delivery mechanisms, ranging from transdermal patches to topical applications to capsules to sublingual sprays and even oil tinctures. And those are whole plant extracts that are then offered in a CBD, THC, or CBD and THC combination. And the last vertical is the pharmaceutical. So a typical pharmaceutical company, let's say GW Pharma, every few years comes out with a DIN, or the drug identification number product. Avicanna is in the process of today putting out about 6 of those. So we're in phase 1 or phase 2 clinical trials on a number of those products, but those are all being done in parallel with the other 3 verticals. So the 3 verticals, in my opinion, the first 3 verticals, in my opinion, will be generating the revenue that's required to build out the much more comprehensive program with respect to the pharmaceuticals. That will be the combination of all 3.
No, that's fantastic. Anything else that we should know?
I would just touch on the best in class and the fact that we believe this industry is going to evolve. And as this industry evolves, the best-in-class partnerships are going to look for data, and they're going to look for sophistication, and they're going to look for products and technologies that comes with data, and that's been the angle we've taken. Whether it's, again, from a commodity point of view all the way to a pharmaceutical, our entire process is scientific and data-driven, and we always do have, at the end, science and data in mind, but also what the consumers are going to want in the future. So again, as this industry evolves, I think sustainability is a factor, organic is a factor. I think consumers, as we saw, in the coffee world, you know, Starbucks, I always use Starbucks as an example because they also cultivate in Colombia. Right. But they had to go towards, you know, fair trade coffee and organic coffee because that's where the consumers are going to go. And in my opinion, as cannabis, at least from a medical or pharmaceutical point of view, does become more of a consumer product, they're going to require sustainability, and that's a big factor for us as well.
That's fantastic. Well, world-class partnerships, multiple product lines, sustainable, low-cost cultivation, medical research that's been done for a number of years now. Yep. This is definitely going to be a stock to watch. You guys are private right now, but you will be going public through an IPO. Yep.
So we're about to submit our prospectus to the Canadian Stock Exchange. We'll be public either by the end of this year or the beginning of the next year.
Perfect.
We're excited for the IPO, and we're excited to tell our story. We've been somewhat under the radar, strategically speaking, and now it's time to come out and talk about all the competitive advantages that we're offering.
Absolutely. Well, there's certainly a buzz on the street, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to this IPO. Thank you so much for being with me.
My pleasure.
How about that, Ed? Latest Colombian company to come along. It's a good thing you're on the...
What?
Hey, whoa, we're doing a show? Look at that. Avicanna.
Well, look.
How about, what do you think of our new co-host, Jackie Kelly?
Our new client.
Is she not an attractive lady who is well-spoken, articulate, beautiful, and wow, I was really impressed. Yeah. That's her first time. That's her first time doing that.
Yeah.
She's a natural.
Yeah.
Anyways, her and her partner Deborah Honing are going to have their own show. Really? And it's going to be regular-like, and you people will get to see her all the time. Anyways, this platform is growing so valuable. You know, we're having a compilation done of all of the stocks that have gone up over 1,000% since we launched Midas Letter RAW back in 2014. Do you know how many there are?
50.
All of them. All of the stocks that have gone up over 1,000% were on our show at or earlier than when they were less than 10% of that value. So are we of any use to anybody out there? Oh, I think so. Anyways, Tammy, who reached us on Twitter, posted a question that she would like us to discuss the Green Organic Dutchman's bought deal financing, which was announced yesterday.
Right.
What's today? Wednesday the 3rd, yes. So Monday. I'm going to pull up the press release. Here it is on the screen. The Green Organic Dutchman is pleased to announce that it has entered into an agreement with a syndicate of underwriters led by Canaccord Genuity underwriters, pursuant to which the underwriters have agreed to purchase on a bought deal basis pursuant to the filing of a short-term prospectus an aggregate of 10.95 million units. The units at a price of $6.85 per unit. The offering price for aggregate gross proceeds to the company of $75 million and $7,500. Each unit will consist of 1 common share of the company and 1 common share purchase warrant.
Right.
That's a whole purchase warrant. That might be a typo, because it refers to each whole common share purchase warrant. Wait a sec. Each warrant will be exercisable into a share. So it's a share and a warrant.
Right. And sometimes the warrants allow you to buy,
so
more shares, more warrants.
She wants us to talk about this in the sense of its dilutiveness to the rest of the shareholders, I'm assuming, and whether it's in the context of that, is it a good deal for the existing shareholders of the Green Organic Dutchman? To which I have only one thing to say. Duh, yeah, like bought deal, 0 risk of not happening, 0 risk of everybody selling off to buy the bought deal because it's all institutional anyways, and that means it's already a done deal. Probably prospectus offering. Let's see here. Offering the units will be offered by way of short form prospectus, so no hold period. So there will be likely, or was there, let's go look at the stock now, there would be a minor dip, but the Green Organic Dutchman is now cashed up again in what must be its 5th or 6th capital raise, which, I mean, I gotta say...
Is there any end to how much money they need?
If the Green Organic Dutchman was in the business of raising money rather, and building amazing structures that protected shareholders from the downside, that would be a great business. That is actually the business they're in, but they're also in the marijuana business. No, okay, so I think that's a great deal, and that's a great defensive move by the Green Organic Dutchman. Why? Because all of the shares that have been on the 6-month hold, and so all of the shares from the previous pre-public raises are all coming free trading in November. So this has just established a new institutionally supported floor price of $6.85 a share. So if I was a shareholder in T-God who was thinking, oh my God, this hold is coming off, now I can finally sell, I'm going to be looking at this and going, well, wait a sec, I'm going to sell a little, but I'm not going to sell it all, because if the financial community in Toronto, who's written all the money into these deals in the first place, thinks this thing is still worth $6.85 a share.
What's it trading at? What's it trading at?
Well, that's what we're going to see here, Eddie. That's what I'm talking about.
$6.22.
Okay.
So it's already below that, I mean...
Okay, so here's the reality. You've got a total of a boatload of shares coming free trading in November, and certainly the market is starting to reflect that by selling off ahead of the November free trade date. The defensive move by management to raise $75 million at a bought deal is smart, because it's going to make people say, well, wait a sec, if I sell it all here, what if this is the next $20 stock? What if this one goes to $60? Don't forget, Aurora owns 20% of this company, and arguably, it is in prime position to be acquired.
It's really corrected, obviously.
And it could be bought in whole by Aurora at some point. Aurora likes to buy companies that are cashed up, that it already has an investment in, and that
there you go.
So
there you go.
At this point, if I'm a shareholder even at the 75-cent round, I'm thinking, I'll get my bait back, but then I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to let it ride with a 20% stop loss built into it, so that I don't even have to look at it.
But if you had the 20% stop loss into it here, you'd be out.
Well, I wouldn't be doing that right now.
What?
That's what I'm saying, is remember, I can't sell my stock if I'm a holder before 6 months ago.
Really?
No, you couldn't sell your stock. The only free trading stock...
Well, then you couldn't put a stop loss in there anyway.
Until after it becomes free trading. That's what I'm saying, Eddie!
Okay.
God damn, Jesus Christ. Am I talking in circles here?
Yeah, you're talking in circles.
I'm talking in circles.
Okay,
Anyway.
okay. So you like the deal.
Well,
I say the one thing I will say is dilution is the enemy of the shareholder. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
But I mean, like, they have to raise money because they don't have any income.
But that's what I'm saying.
They probably have some.
If they're doing a big bought deal at today's price, when we know that this price is going to be under pressure, like there's not a share out there that was paid, more than $3.50 was paid for, that's going to come in the lot that's going to come free trading in November.
Right.
The fact that the bank has stepped up, the syndicate has stepped up and done a bought deal at this price tells me that, well, this is the new floor price, not the last price of the financing before the 6-month hold began. So that's why I think it's clever.
So where do you think the low is going to be approximately? Right around here?
I would not want to hazard a guess, because all they need to do is sign some big deal with like a Diageo or something like that, and boom, this thing's off to the $20 mark.
What's the market cap of it now?
Market cap today is $1.57 billion.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be something to food for thought.
Yes. So that's my egalitarian and diplomatic assessment of what's that bought deal is.
Sure.
Okay. So what else we got to talk about today, Ed? Let's see what else is up. Let's see what's driving the market.
Just about everything's up today.
I don't know. So it's like what, the rising tide lifting all boats in the absence of a broad market catalyst. Why is that?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yesterday it looked like shit, and then you correctly said that's the time to be buying. So that's what people do.
Ed.
I mean, it looked bad in here, and we had a nice green candle signaling a buy. So maybe we're going to start to see, you know, some green days here to tack on to what we had already today.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the other constituents.
Let's see where the action is.
Let's look at the other constituents in the large cap. We're going to order these by performance. So Canopy put on the most.
is up 90 cents today.
Are you being facetious?
No, that's a big move. Look at this.
Oh. Green Organic Dutchman's up 28 cents today.
You wonder what? Yeah. So look, even
MedMen's up.
They're all up except for Hexo's basically flat and Kronos is basically flat.
Look at MedMen's chart, though. I'm going to pull up MedMen's chart. You know why? Because this thing, you can reliably sell and buy and sell and buy and sell and buy and sell. Let's go to a shorter look, 3 months here. Okay, look, when this thing gets up above $6, sell it. When it gets down to $4, buy it. You can do that again and 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 again.
Well, I know, but look, that's a recent phenomenon because it hasn't been over $6 until.
Well, it's only been trading for, like, look at this. When you see that zigzag teeter-totter action going on, that's a good tradable stock.
Right.
Like between $4 and $6, you're golden. Will it ever break out of that range?
Absolutely.
When?
It always does.
When?
Well,
how about when it starts trading on the balance sheet? Because it's obviously not going to catch the speculative wave, because for better or for worse, MedMen has become probably the most hated company listed in Canada. And why? Why? Because of that structure. Because of that structure and the executive compensation, which they did rectify, but it's too little too late.
Too little too late.
Our market is populated by a small contingent of investors that really is dwarfed by the U.S. market, where in the U.S. you can get away with murder, and 2 weeks later everybody's forgot about it because there's how many public issuers in the U.S. and how many investors? Here, small country, smaller group of investors, long memories.
Right.
Long memories. So yeah, especially the combination of an egregious executive comp package against a control block that basically overrules the freely tradable block. Just saying. Oh, look, I'm starting to use your tongue. What is wrong with my mouth today? I can't speak. All right.
All right.
All right, then. Now let's go look at some other cannabis constituents. Let's look at this. I want to look at the CSE index. Why? Why? Because that's where a lot of my favorite companies are that I have great hopes for. Great hopes, Ed. Great, great hopes. And look at who's at why? Oh, so this is listed right now by an order of market cap. Huge still number one. What's their market cap? Oh, not much.
800, I think.
804 million. 1.3 billion shares out. Gosh. The day this thing breaks a buck is the day it takes off to 2, I say.
Yeah, maybe.
TerraSend broke out, had its setting all-time record highs. Liberty Health is trading.
TerraSend, is that a new high for it?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Ben Smith wrote an article on it today. You weren't reading the Midas Letter today, Ed?
Oh, I've read so much of it that I forgot. When I got to the end of it, I forgot what I read earlier on.
Really?
Well,
you know, I'm even getting
TER,
love.
what's the market cap of TER?
TerraSend market cap 725 million.
That's a fresh high.
Yes, indeed. This is it TerraSend that is a holding of Canopy Rivers? Oh.
Wow.
All starts to be clear now of the Canopy Rivers strategy a bit. Full disclosure, they're a client, but we love them.
Right.
We only take clients we love. We don't have any clients we hate. We love all our clients. But we actually only take clients by invitation. Lots have tried to become clients. We're like, no, sorry, backdoor for you, back of the line.
Right.
Liberty Health Sciences also trading in near record high territory. High of $1.50 today, 52-week high. Oh, no, not really, 288. Okay, so it's going back there potentially. Again, Liberty Health a client. Why is it that all of the companies in the top performers of each of these categories are our clients? Is there a relationship there, Ed?
Yeah.
Yeah. We know how to pick them, or they become successful?
You know how to pick them.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah.
Pat. Oh boy, that's going to get tired fast. What do you got? What do you got?
What's the? I'm really.
Who's the best performer today?
There aren't many setting new fresh highs. So when you tell me that the TER is doing that, it sort of, whoa.
Well, look at this. So Cantab, who is in here,
Yeah.
they reached a new all-time high. They said, "Can we become a client?" I said, "Okay, we'll look into it." We said yes. They so far haven't bit, and look what's happening. The share price is in free fall. Relationship? Coincidence? I don't think so.
PILL.
Yeah, good symbol. Pills.
Down 27. That's getting smoked today.
Yeah, well, look at it. It's only got 37 million shares out. In that context, that kind of a drop is major.
So that's like, what's 37 times $1.50? So we're talking like 55 million market cap. 60 million market cap somewhere in there.
Down 15% in a day. They need help. Richard, Jeff, we're here to help. Anyways, Belgravia Capital International, that's a 3-center. Okay, we don't even look at 3 centers unless somebody calls us and says, would you like to buy a boatload of 3-cent paper? And yeah, then we're interested. Actually, we should maybe give these guys a call. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on. Look at this, market cap 12 million. 12 million at 3 cents. Ooh, that's 360 million shares outstanding. Oof, oof, oof.
There's your Canada House Wellness.
Yeah.
So the real low-priced ones here with the smaller market caps aren't really doing anything today. Like, people are not like shopping there. They're shopping in the bigger.
Not if we turn the performance, list it by performance to the upside. The best performer being Botus Pharmaceuticals. Body and Mind is up. Oh my gosh, that reminds me, I owe Lenny a call. Sorry, Len, I forgot to call you. I owned Body and Mind. I sold it because I needed the do-re-mi. Fincana, look at this. So these two are U.S. plays, BAM and Fincana.
Yeah.
Tidal Royalty is a U.S. play. Quinsam Capital, that's Roger Dent's sort of merchant banking for
know
cannabis.
that one. Yeah.
Cordova Can, don't know that one yet. $1.47 up 7%. Ooh, that looks like it's flirting with 52-week high, $2. Yeah, so that's in the upper quartile, getting there. TerraSend.
I think Juju had a nice reversal today.
Did it?
Well, it was down to 22, 22 and a half, and now I see it's up on the day.
Yeah. Market's closed.
Market's closed. Market's I wanted to buy some stock and move it up, but I guess
you're too late, Ed.
I think we're going to see a nice little rally now. Now that you picked it up yesterday, and I'm going to tell them to everybody today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever's not moving.
What's TER? Let's put up that chart. I want to see what that. I don't know that one.
We already looked at it.
Did we look at the chart?
Yeah, we just did. You wanted to know how many shares were out?
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
This
jumping.
is, again, this is one of Canopy Rivers holdings. You know what, let's pull up all Canopy Rivers holdings that we can look at. So this is, so if you're holding a portfolio of investments and you're valued on your NAV, then, and the NAV of your portfolio is climbing, then technically your NAV is climbing. Yes or yes? Is that true or not, Ed?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so Terracin is up 7.29%. This is going to be interesting. Let's see Livewell. Livewell is another one of their holdings. What was the symbol on Livewell? LVWL from the control room. See, that's why I love you guys. LVWL up 2.61% today. Okay, look at that. Let's take a look at JWCA, another portfolio holding of Canopy Rivers. And
I think
oh,
that's,
it's down 3.6.
oh, well, maybe we shouldn't have included that one.
Look at that.
Let's only
It's
take
getting,
the ones that are up.
It's getting beaten
Yeah,
with the ugly stick.
like, look at the red candles there. Every since it peaked, it's been sort of.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder what's doing that. We should have Nathan back on. JWC is a client, was a client, still is a client, I think.
Okay.
But James E. Wagner Corporation, interesting company because they're one of the only companies that grow using aeroponics. What is aeroponics? Well, aeroponics is essentially hydroponics in the absence of a substrate,
Right.
where the roots are just free floating beneath the plant, held up and misted by nutrient solution on a optimized
Right. Who needs
schedule.
earth?
Who needs dirt?
Who needs terra?
What kind of dirt is that?
Yeah.
You got the dirt? No, that doesn't have any dirt. So there are...
What's the dirt on this deal? No dirt.
no dirt at all.
Clean as a whistle.
Clean. Actually, you should see the root masses on these things. They're just incredible. They're all brilliant white. They're massive. Massive things, I tell you. Anyways.
Look at T-God moving up here, 28. That's nice. That's a
Yeah.
nice little... the underwriters will probably really be happy once this thing gets back to the issue.
Yeah. Tilray.
Up $18. Yesterday it got destroyed. Today,
Well, how could it not destroyed? If it got destroyed, it would have to go back
no, but I mean,
sub 100.
It hit 170 something, and then all the way back to 130 something. That's a big move.
Yeah.
And today, another big move the other way, back and forth.
Yep. Yep. Valens
Look at
Growers.
this, Afria gearing up for an eventual NSE uplisting.
Yeah, well, that's another one of Ben's articles where he's speculating based on certain moves being made by the company. But Vic Neufeld is going to be here next week, Wednesday.
Yeah, this market's...
And guess who's going to interview Vic Neufeld? Fraser Toms. You know why? Fraser invested in Afria, so Fraser's the guy. I'm going to be coming back that day from the West Coast.
What day is that?
Wednesday, October the 10th.
A week from today.
A week from today. Yes.
A week ago was my birthday. I'm sorry, I'm a week older from last week.
Oh yeah? I want to mention that Midas Letter is having a big party on October 17th at Modus in downtown Vancouver, or downtown Toronto rather. And there will be live performance. It's going to be quite the do. If you would like to,
and maybe bring in a doobie.
we're going to invite some of our guests from the from the audience universe here. If you live in Toronto and you're going to be here, or you're going to be in Toronto on October 17th, send me a tweet. A tweet, not a message on the YouTube chat, not a message on Facebook, a tweet. We are Twitter/Midas Letter. And we will get you on the list just for being a loyal watcher of our show. Anyways, what else we got here? Edward.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on in the TSX venture listed companies. TSXV. V is in victory. Oh, but we forgot to take a look at Rivers. Now, Ben wrote a good article about how Rivers was trading at a discount, and it was such a good article that even the guys from Rivers said that they were happy about it. And then look, stock's up 2.23%. Now, interesting, their portfolio holdings are up a little bit more than that, except JWC. They've got a couple privates that you can't measure in the stock market, but this is the interesting thing about Rivers in the long term, is that it's going to be an easy stock to value once all of their holdings are public, assuming they're ever all public, because you're going to be able to look at the value of all the holdings and say, if the average raise in price across the universe of holdings of Rivers was 10%, and Rivers is only up 2%, you can say, well, the market's going to catch up by 8%.
You know, but you know that in the real world, there's these things called closed-end investments, like mutual funds.
Yes.
But they own a bunch of public companies.
Right.
But the value of the closed-end fund is always less than the value.
Well, that's because in a closed-end fund, you can't liquidate that easily. That's the great thing about the Rivers model, is you can always buy and sell the stock. You're not trapped in it. So you're getting sort of
No, but I'm saying you can buy mutual funds that are public too, that own.
Right. But a mutual fund,
Right.
you gotta send in a note, or unless it's a publicly traded fund. Oh, well, publicly traded on a market though? Like
As opposed to publicly traded on not a market.
Well, most mutual funds, you have redemption dates.
Right.
And the redemption dates are quarterly or monthly or weekly or daily. Only a daily redemption fund can mimic this.
I know my good friend who's made a fortune in the market. He buys these things because the value individually is less or more, than the value of the closed-end fund. In other words, just what you're saying.
So he buys the companies in the closed-end fund, or he buys the closed-end fund?
He buys the closed-end fund.
Why would you buy the closed-end fund?
Because it trades at a discount to the value of the funds.
But if it's always going to trade at a discount, why would you buy it?
Well, sometimes it doesn't.
I see.
Jeez. Anyway, you know what? You know what? I've only been doing this for 40 years. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. Say whatever you want. I don't care. Lie to them. They don't know. If they're listening to us, they don't know.
Well, I don't know, Edward. You would be surprised how many institutional and professional investors actually watch our show daily.
Really?
Not for the information, just for the comic value.
Well,
and then we have the retail investors who don't like the comic value. They wish we'd just tell them what to do.
Right.
So we have to make a merry, happy balance between the two. There we go. A little comedy and telling what to do.
Listen, these things are in a bubble. We know it.
What? This ain't no bubble.
No, ain't
this is real value being built, Edward. This is a monumental industry.
Right.
Like, see, people say this is
Look at this. Look at there's one right there. We liked that one yesterday. Up 40 cents. That's
40 cents in
that's
a single
a move.
day.
That's a move.
That's a move.
And it looked like shit yesterday, and here it is flying.
You know what? You know the one I think that is getting ready for a big move up?
Organogram.
Possibly, but that's not the one I was going to put up here. Now, I can be trusted on this because they're not a client and I don't own shares, so I have no vested interest in saying that, look at this chart. So Kronos has come down from touched a high of $19.82 on September 19th, and it has come down and not participated in the bounce back in any meaningful way.
Right.
So this has come down from $19 to 13 and change, and look, what do we got here, Ed? What is this? This little arrow. Oh, it doesn't show in the same place. I have to do it.
Now, you know, isn't this the one of the stocks that's highly reviled by Citron Research?
Well, that report, among all the reports of Citron Research, was so flawed that it actually demonstrated in no uncertain terms that Andrew Left and his crew doesn't really understand how the cannabis game works at all, what the rules are even.
Probably not a smoker.
Probably not a smoker. Don't know. Never met the guy. I've invited him on the show to defend himself and his lousy stock picks, but he's declined to even acknowledge that we exist, which is a good strategy if you want to avoid a show where you know you're going to get taken to the cleaners and your model revealed as absolute cocky poop.
Poppycock. Cocky poop.
Poppycock.
Jesus.
Oh my God, I can't talk today.
You need to take some more pills. Jesus.
This is what happens when you don't do your CBDs in the morning, Ed. It used to be orange juice, then it was cornflakes, now it's poppycock. I mean CBDs.
Right.
See? There it is again. So this stock, I'm telling you, I'm looking at this right now at $13.76. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to buy 1,000 shares. Just to prove the point, because tomorrow I will have skin in the game on the open unless the thing has run up in the pre-market.
Okay.
Because it's NASDAQ, it can get pre-market traded into wherever.
Actually, I like this action right here. I like that
dodgy
tail.
That's not a dodgy?
A bit of one. You know what?
Michael Ondaatje? Do you know Michael Ondaatje?
Have
you read any of his books? One of Canada's most celebrated authors.
Good.
No?
Good.
Okay.
Author or Arthur?
Author. Arthur.
That's actually a good candle. I would say, you know what, you should get in there and buy right now.
Right. Another company we're going to quickly pull up here. We're going to pull up Patriot One Technologies, still holding that high valuation.
Yeah.
Oh, no, $1.96, down 4%. Bloom coming off the hyperbolic rose that was generated in the Facebook group. Like, this is all the Facebook group because these guys are posting, like, so somebody's reselling the Patriot One technology as a complete package, sensors, system, everything, training.
Right.
And there is a statement there that somebody quoted Martin Cronin as saying that we have at least 10,000 customers waiting for to be told that they can buy this system, which is what sent the stock this way. And it's like, I didn't see a press release from the company that said that. So if you're going to trade on rumor, you might get hurt. Mind you, you also might be early and be rewarded
and get paid,
for taking the chance. And this is what the market is all about. Anyways, still no press release on Patriot. Last one was this third quarter update, which really didn't say very much. But anyways, so let's jump over to the, oops, not that window. This window. Let's see if we have any intelligent questions over here.
Any
the sound quality of the guest is
out there.
The sound of the guest is really, the sound quality of the guest is really bad. You know what, Ed? Your microphone is way far away from your mouth. Yeah, and it's underneath a flap in your, there we go. There we go.
That's better.
Let's see. Now,
how's that?
Who said that? Well, we're going to ask Mario Mateka, who commented on the sound quality. Ed wants to know. Is that better? How's that?
How's that?
Let's see what he says. James, ever hear of MMJ, Medica Enterprises in Quebec? Well, our sister company, or our sister publication, no, our sister program, Follow the Money Group. Actually, I should say it's our brother program because there's no girls involved there. They have had some experience with Medica Enterprises. It's actually Medica with an A. And so I'm going to refer that question to them, and they will be able to help you with that. I don't have an opinion because I don't know anything about it. Expert, cannabis company expert. No lawsuit against Namaste, question mark? No lawsuit. Why would there be a lawsuit, cannabis company expert? Is that because...
I think maybe referring to what happened in Montreal, you know, wondering if there were some things there.
Oh, yeah, for the party.
Well, you know, telling the shareholders not to sell, you know, let's not sell your stock. Like, that seems...
You know, that's a good point. Let's jump over to the chart and let's see if there's any of the ambulance chasing law firm variety who have published a class action on Namaste. I don't think so. I think they're going to be good because they're not in the United States.
Look at that move on Namaste. That was good. My buddy, he doesn't usually trade these things, but he said Namaste looked like a buy.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice trade there, young fella.
No, there's no class action crap here.
You know what? Is it trade in the U.S.? Yeah, it does. You know.
Interesting.
Boy, if it was a U.S. company, there'd be a lawsuit because every company in the States.
No, that's just it. If it was primary listing was U.S.
Look at that, 38 cents. That's 20%.
Yeah.
Can you go to the?
Why is it trading at that level though?
Can you go to the group? Well, because it got destroyed. Look at from $4 to $2.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
But we're still seeing that double head and shoulders or whatever you call it.
Well, you know, head and shoulders. That's a shampoo. Anyway,
double top.
Well, you know what? If it does one of these, the problem with technical analysis, it all makes sense in the moment. But then let's say this curls up here and heads to $6.
Then it's no longer a double top.
No more.
See, that's what I've always loved about technical analysis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very efficient way to predict the past.
But let's see what happened yesterday. Okay, show me a chart. I'll show you what happened yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
no problem.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Organogram. You like that one?
Well, I love Organogram. They are a client. I think actually they're The client engagement expires on
Orgasmic
15th.
gram.
No, but we supported them before they were a client. Organigram was one of 3 companies I had at my investor luncheon back in 2013.
Yeah.
So that's how long I've been supporting Organigram. They've only been a client for 4 months.
I'll just say that this looks like, you know, you got green with a big move here, and then green, and then another move. I think it looks like it's trying to go higher. Maybe.
Look, so there's a double carrot top in there too.
You know, I wouldn't get too
No?
light. I wouldn't have to take too much license here.
There's a double carrot top and a dodgy.
Yeah.
What, some Fibonacci bands?
There you go.
No, but you know what? Here's the thing that people keep
Here's
forgetting.
the thing.
Here's the thing. These stocks run up 20 and 50 and 60% in a week. Guess what's going to happen? People are going to take money off the table. So when you see a stock dip, people taking money off the table scare other people into taking money off the table.
Right,
and that's
right,
a lot of these things
right.
are just herd movements.
Okay.
Herd mentality movements.
I'm going to take some money off the table.
That's very good, Ed.
Well, now, if there's no other money to take off the table, you can't take any off the table.
Well, what if I take your phone off the table
Okay,
and I
I'll take
smash
your
it on the
phone.
ground?
What about that?
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
Okay, so we and
Oh, Donnie wants you to know.
what?
Going to Modus for a cocktail.
Going to Modus.
Going to Modus soon. Actually, I got to put in a. Gonna be a dental floss
we had Keith Merker
tycoon.
here.
Donnie, I'll see you there. We have to nail down this party. Now we got talent on the way. Casey and the Sunshine Band. That's not really working out, but oh well. Sometimes text it. So yeah,
You know
Organigram
what's
sold
not
off.
participated here, and I think they got lots of good things happening, is
Who?
Weed MD.
Weed MD.
Weed
symbol.
MD was WMD.
Weapons of mass destruction. I love their symbol. Everybody loves their symbol. Actually, I love their CEO too.
is not this. Oh yeah, there it is.
Keith Merker's a great guy. He's now we should have him back.
The whole
regularly.
team. Well,
Actually, you have him over.
I did have him over.
I
but
know.
you weren't
Where
here.
was I?
Where
I was
were
in
you?
Jamaica, man.
You were in Jamaica, man.
I was in Jamaica, man. I was sampling some Jamaican Kush. No, I don't think it's Kush. What do they call it there? I can't remember. Don't care.
You weren't feeling any Jamaican.
I didn't actually smoke
Kush.
much because I was running around with all kinds of camera gear, and me trying to operate camera gear when I'm high, forget it. I can barely operate it when I'm completely straight.
You can't operate it when you're low.
I know. Boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom. You know what? I got a funny feeling you're right on this Chronos trade. I think.
Really?
Because it's got some bad press out there. It's been destroyed. Look at, and I'll say to the viewers, I'm not looking at you, but maybe I should. You look what happened to Namaste, which is the other one that got shit on by that group. And there's Chronos down from $19 to here. I think that's the kind of trade that can make our viewers money.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to try to see.
Buy that tune.
I'm going to
name that tune.
I'm going to see if Mike Gorenstein's in town tomorrow, and I'm going to get him on the show. Mike, if you're
Yeah,
listening,
but hoping that at my expense.
well, why at your expense?
Okay.
No, you can be here too.
Here, expense.
No, you can interview him. Actually, how about that? You interview him.
All right.
I've interviewed him 50 times.
Let's interview them together.
Or we can interview
I
him
like
together.
I think the moral support.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always fun too.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah, but anyways, there's a trade in there. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones, in my bones, in my bones. I can feel the trade coming. You will be saved.
You should be a preacher.
Saved.
Preacher.
Saved
Preacher
from
man.
poverty.
Preacher man. Here.
Father was
You're
a
gonna ask
preacher
for some
man.
money.
Was a
There.
son of a
You're not
preacher
fast.
man. Yes, he was.
Now you got.
Thank you. That's $1.
See, you
a
got
real
a
dollar.
career as a televangelist, I think.
Saved. You will be saved
I'm
if you
talking
take
about-
the name of the Lord in
I want some of
vain.
that green. I want some of that green right here. Put it in my pocket, people.
That's it.
Some of
Let's-
that green.
Let's go say hello to the audience on Facebook.
Hey, you know what? You
What?
could have a green marijuana business and a green
Green
evangelical-
marijuana business. What other color are you going to have? Ed, what time is it? 4:20! Look, there's my nephew on my Facebook page. What the hell's going on here? That's weird. I don't want everybody knowing who my nephew is. That'll enough freaks out.
Chiron up. Yeah, we're gonna get a rally. You know, this may be the rally right to.
Donnie Greco's on Facebook. He couldn't get our attention there, so he comes over here to my text. Hilarious. Donnie Greco, biatches. He's funny.
Hey,
We love Donnie. Mickey Young, she is easy on my... Oh, these are all comments from when Jackie Kelly was on. You know, it's going to be, we're going to have to police this comment section. Respectful comments only, nothing too, you know, nothing that's going to make
police the comment section, or let's comment on the police section.
Well, we have to police the comment section, because every once in a while some real maniac gets on there and says some crazy ass shit, and everybody's like, "Whoa, I don't need to see this."
About the dollar.
That's mine. Finders keepers, losers weepers.
No, I gave it to you.
Whoa, okay. Indian giver. No, that's not a. That's no longer a politically correct term. I don't think it was ever.
Cleveland's got a team that's not politically correct.
Well, so do the
Black
and the. Never mind. Let's not even go down that path.
there.
Exactly.
Okay, a big game on for the Leafs tonight, boys.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Actually, my.
Is that the first game of the season tonight?
What do you?
Home opener.
Home opener. That sounds like a baseball game.
How about a can opener?
How about a corkscrew? Anyways.
Look at this. Namaste.
Oh.
You know, I got to tell you, the problem, and I'm being blunt, and I'm being open.
Blunt?
And it looks like you want to, when you should short, you said it yesterday. Ed, we should be buying here. You said it, and I thought, James, you're never going to learn. And you see, that's why a guy like me.
Well, you know, Ed, as our good friend Dana Gilman likes to say, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I know. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Even a blind squirrel can find a nut. I love those things. Like, we need more metaphors like that.
Yeah.
Travis Dirksen on Facebook wants to know what happened with CanTrust today. So, being the serviceable kind of guys we are, we're going to go jump over here to the chart. Got your chart up. You know, I haven't even pulled up the technical charts once today. We're going to just keep on with the, let's put in TRST. You know what happened with TRST?
Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Ball of confusion. So, yeah, it sold off a bit, and then it came back.
You know what?
Closed up 1.1%.
That's a powerful looking chart.
So we have to go back to Travis over there on Facebook and say, Travis, what are you talking about, man? What do you mean what happened with CanTrust today? Not much. Can you talk about CanTrust? Just did. Next, Parker Allen Horton says, couldn't agree more with your thought on Crone. Okay, so some people in the audience are agreeing with us. Jeremy Girdler, Namaste is fine. Obviously a Namaste holder. Jonathan Salemi, he's participating in the contest. He says, free. It's actually, I'm going to put this in the thing because Vic told me this himself. It's free. So, there. Now you have it. Let's see. Jeremy Girdler gives us a thumbs up. Thumbs up to you, Mr. Girdler. Joanne Clark, for premium, that's low THC percent. What? Okay, is this part of a conversation that we don't know? Anyways, hard to say, hard to say. Let's go. Okay. My brother's watching even. Hello, brother. Hello, brother. You are my brother. Only he will get that. Others will comment on how annoying it is when we have private jokes. But it's not really private, it's now public. Right, Reg? That's my brother. I'm going to see my brother this weekend. And my nephew. Huh? How about that? And we're all going to get rich as a family together, right? Right? No. Anyways, moving right along, let's go back to our YouTube audience. They're more dynamic. There's way more of them, that's for sure. Why is it? So we got 128 right now on YouTube, and we had what? 40 on Facebook? Al Pacino has logged on and says, hello, James. See, it's about time Al logged on. Yeah. James, where do you get your CBD? Oh, I don't really want to talk about the exact source of my CBD because I'm not entirely sure it's legal now. So I'm not going to mention that until the 17th, and because I don't want to get them in trouble, but I've got another supply arriving today or tomorrow or the next day. Ryan Jorgensen, Namaste will never be the Amazon of weed. Ooh. Cannabis company, oh, we read that. Well, cannabis company, Namaste is going against Shopify, the government retailers. Oh, okay, so there's an argument going on in our chat room on YouTube. There's Namaste supporters and others dismissing the potential effect or success of Namaste. Only time will tell. See, going back through the CanMart will be online on Friday for Namaste. Boy, there's a lot of Namaste supporters in our chat today.
They must be long. They must be long.
Yeah. T. Dirksen 15 makes the comment that CanTrust usually participates in the green days fairly well. What do you see when you look at the charts? We did that. Let's take a look. Let's take a deeper look at CanTrust charts. I mean, arguably, Ed, there's your double carrot top, head and shoulders again, shampoo. Right there, no?
Well, look, it's in an upward trend. It's been trending nicely.
It's taken
hanging up there,
leap.
like some of the ones that have gotten like some bad criticism. This one, obviously, you know, it's only off like what, $1 from its not even $1 from it's right up there.
Yeah.
That's usually a good sign that the market, they've done their homework and they're saying, hey,
yeah,
we like this deal. Yeah,
I'm going to pull up a chart now for one of our clients who's having a hard time catching the interest of the market. And they asked me to participate in a private placement, which I think I'm going to do, trading at 15 cents. But look at that, big sell-off. Things only got 25 million shares out. What do? They create games built around celebrities who want to engage with their audience. So right now they've got celebrities who are not, you know, they're not A-list recording artists. They're like, for example, winners
not Taylor Swift.
No. However, they're telling me that these are the people they're going to get involved with this, is the A-listers. So if they start to get A-list celebrities with millions and billions of followers, then I can see the stock taking off.
Sure.
So at this price, the bet is, if you were to buy it in the market now, the bet is, are these guys going to attract A-list celebrities, or are they not? And we've seen a few celebrity deals out there fail because they have, you know, celebrity portals and celebrity fan sites that never got the traction when they went public because they failed to get these main or A-list major celebrities. They were only ever able to get sort of up-and-comers, which is okay, but it's not the kind of thing that's going to light a fire under a stock. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking at 12 cents, I might be willing to build a position and, you know, hold it against the chance. Like imagine if, for example, like a Madonna or a Lady Gaga signed up with these guys. Like what do you think that would do to the stock?
Do you think that's going to happen? I think it's more likely that they're going to hire someone that's going to become successful, and he's already you know what I'm saying? Like,
and he's going to
like someone that's like top of their games, probably doesn't have to do this. I'm just saying. But then someone who's trying to get attention and trying to become recognized in the world, and if they were to become successful while they're in this, yeah, the stock would fly.
So the bottom line here, as long as they can continue to fund the build out of this thing and maintain it.
Yes, the odds increase, I think.
Well, so here's the other beautiful thing about this is it's sort of a build it once and sell it a million times platform because the framework for the games is already built. You just enter the celebrity, build it around their site. And
is it always the same game?
I think there's a range of games. We're actually going to build a game around Midas Letter so people can see what we're talking about. Yeah.
Maybe we can be the celebrities.
Well, that's the idea. But again, we're not A-list celebrities, at least.
Well,
you're an A-list celebrity when you come to my house, and I'm an A-list celebrity when I go to your house, right? But that's about it. Outside of here, we're not really celebrities. We're just kind of like those guys with the YouTube channel. We're YouTubers. Right. Are you comfortable being a YouTuber? Could you ever have imagined when you were 12 years old if somebody said, you know what you're going to be when you grow up, young fella? You're going to be a YouTuber. You'd be like, what's that?
Right.
Because they didn't even have the internet back then, did they, Ed?
No, but they used to have rubber tubes that you could go swimming in.
So they had cars back then. Or did they put rubber tubes on horses back then?
How about rubber duckies?
Whoa! Rubber ducky, rubber ducky. Anyways.
All right. You know what?
I think that we've had enough. I think that we should go over to Modus and join Donnie for a glass of milk for you.
Milk for me.
A glass of whiskey for me.
Milk.
milk whiskey. Anyways, that's our show for today. If you liked it, please subscribe. Please sign up. Tell
See
your
you later.
friends. Tweet us.
See you later.
Sign up on Facebook. Sign up on YouTube. Goodbye.
Bye.